You want a piece of me?
Alright, radical dudes, rewind your VHS, grab your fruit roll-ups, and pour a bowl of that radioactive green cereal, because we're digging up 10 forgotten things about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles only you remember. We're going beyond the toys and the pizza, diving into the controversies, the crossovers, and the corporate chaos behind the shells. Stick around to the end to find out which fast food chain secretly helped Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles become a billion-dollar empire, and the disturbing reason why one of the turtles almost got banned from TV. Let's kick this shell open. Before pizza parties and catchphrases, the Turtles were a black and white indie comic where they straight up murdered their enemies. The original 1984 Mirage comic was a gritty parody of Daredevil, Ronin, and Frank Miller's work, down to the ooze that gave them powers being a nod to Matt Murdock's origin. In the very first issue, the Turtles kill Shredder by stabbing him with Leo's katana and blowing him up with a grenade. No remorse, no redemption arc, just ninja justice. Imagine showing that to your 5-year-old. This violent tone was part of a 1980s comic book boom where indie creators went extreme. Watchmen, The Dark Knight Returns, and the TMNT all dropped within 3 years of each other. Originally, they only printed 3,000 copies, but the series became so popular that people were counterfeiting copies and reselling them for hundreds.
Splinter the Rat taught them each the ninja arts. Donatello, master of the staff. War! Leonardo, the katana blade. My God! Raphael, the
Don't
sleeve.
throw this at home, kids!
And Michelangelo, the nunchakus.
Radical!
The 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon? It didn't start as a passion project. It was a straight-up business pitch. Playmates Toys refused to make action figures unless a cartoon existed to advertise them, so the creators flipped their dark comic into a light-hearted kids show. This meant less blood, more pizza, and no killing, just slapstick. And characters like Bebop and Rocksteady were made only to create new toys. By 1990, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was selling over $1 billion in merch. They released hundreds of variants, Ninja Cowboys, Deep Sea Diver Mikey, even a rapper Donatello. This same tactic worked for He-Man and Transformers, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles took it to the next level with branded toothbrushes, Lunchables, and even, you guessed it, toilet paper. Comment below if you had any of these. On Line of Toys, Mutant Turtles had human-sized turtles with exposed guts and organs that opened up. Yes, for kids. In the late 80s and early 90s, there was no escaping Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At its peak, the cartoon aired 5 days a week and Saturday mornings. Over 6.5 million kids tuned in weekly. It was so successful in syndication that networks moved cartoons to weekday mornings, effectively ending the Saturday ritual for the next generation. Big time bummer if you can remember that. Wow. This was the golden age of cartoon blocks, like CBS's Saturday Supercade and Fox Kids, which also launched X-Men, Power Rangers, and Batman the Animated Series. Everyone wasn't a big fan though. Parents groups accused Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of promoting violence and antisocial behavior, despite the show being watered down from the comic. The UK even banned the word ninja from the title. More about that a little bit later. The golden age of licensed serials. Ghostbusters, Batman, Mr. T all had their own, usually disgusting sugar bombs. Remember those sugary green marshmallow ninja nets? The cereal tasted like a knockoff Chex with stale Lucky Charms bits, but the box came with a cutout turtle mask, and that was enough. Kids were brainwashed into buying it just for the prize inside. You didn't love it, you endured it. Nutritionists even warned that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal had more sugar per serving than a candy bar. Didn't stop us from begging for it. How many of you remember that weird wave of cartoon characters becoming pop stars? New Kids on the Block, MC Hammer, and Bart Simpson all had music careers in the 90s. Coming out of their shells was a live concert tour in 1990, where the Turtles became rock stars. They sang songs like Pizza Power.
Pizza power is the thing that keeps us going. Pizza power is the food worth asking for.
While wearing terrifying rubber suits with visible eye holes in the mouths. Pizza Hut sponsored the whole thing. There was a VHS release, a cassette album, and even a making-of documentary where Splinter teaches the Turtles to play instruments using the power of meditation. The live tour was so cringy, it's now considered a cult classic among ironic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans. But critics at the time called it a dystopian cash grab disguised as a concert. Comment below if you actually went to one of the concerts. Someone out here had to have gone. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, wasn't just a movie, it was a music video waiting to happen. Vanilla Ice dropped ninja rap live on screen. He breaks into Go Ninja Go while the Turtles battle mutants in a nightclub. What sounds like a fever dream was actually a massive MTV hit. Kids memorized it, and somehow it became a cultural moment. This was the peak of Ninja Mania. The song went platinum. Ice went on tour with the Turtles in tow, and the movie hit #1 at the box office. Vanilla Ice later said in interviews he didn't even know what movie he was in. He just showed up, rapped, and cashed the check. During the rise of girl power branding with shows like Sailor Moon, Powerpuff Girls, and Daria, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles awkwardly attempted to cash in. During 1997's Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, Saban introduced Venus, a female turtle with mystical powers. Fans despised her. She wore light blue, had a braid, and talked about chi and dreamwalking. The backlash was so bad, Peter Laird banned any mention of her from future comics. She was erased from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle canon until 2020. Venus's origin story involved her being left behind in the sewer by Splinter, who forgot there were 5 turtles. Come on, they couldn't think of anything better than that? Let me know in the comments if they should revive her character and give her a better backstory, or just leave her buried with all the other bad ideas. Power Rangers in space meets the Next Mutation Turtles.
So the Mutant Ninja Turtles are for real?
Yeah. Hey, we couldn't believe they were really Power Rangers either. Pretty trippy.
It was awkward, out of sync, and the Turtles acted like hyperactive cartoon goofballs. No explanation, no backstory, just we're space friends now. And it even featured, you guessed it, Venus, the 5th turtle. In 1998, during the Saban-verse boom, when the same production company tried building its own shared universe like the MCU decades early, the crossover was meant to launch a movie, but it tested so poorly that the idea was scrapped. The UK version of the show was renamed Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because the word ninja was considered too violent. They also edited Michelangelo's nunchucks out of the fight scenes and later replaced them with a grappling hook. Even his name was sometimes blurred in merchandise. And get this, the theme song got re-recorded. The UK also censored He-Man, Transformers, and G.I. Joe in the late 80s, deeming them too militaristic. Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video games had to be edited overseas, turning ninja into hero, and censoring weapons and cover art. Do you think they went too far with edits and censorship? Comment below if you feel this was necessary, or should they have just left it all alone and appreciate the original? I bet I could tell you something so disturbing about Street Sharks and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that you're going to think I'm making it up. But I promise you, it's 100% true. Stay tuned to find out. When Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hit the top, every studio cloned the formula. Enter Street Sharks. It was grittier, more extreme, and nearly overtook Turtles in toy sales in 1994. Even Vin Diesel got in on the hype, starring in a Street Sharks toy promo, wearing a leather vest and flexing shark action figures. There was also biker mice from Mars, extreme dinosaurs, Avenger penguins, a whole wave of ripped animal bros. As promised, the extremely disturbing fact is that a cancelled crossover script actually had the sharks eating a mutated version of Splinter. What the heck was going on in the 90s? And honestly, how did we survive? Pat Fraley voiced the raspy, evil Krang, and 65 other characters on the show. 65! Vern Thompson? Casey Jones? Yep. At one point, he even voiced the Ninja Pizza delivery guy. He also went on to become the backup voice of Buzz Lightyear in video games and Disneyland attractions. Pat was part of the Mel Blanc of the 90s crew, versatile voice actors who voiced dozens of iconic characters, often in the same show. Fraley revealed in interviews he sometimes recorded 4 characters talking to each other, live, with no edits. Talk about commitment. Such a pro.
You keep telling me about the good life, Michael, because it makes me wanna puke.
And now, as promised, the real fast food MVP behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' rise, Pizza Hut. They sponsored the tour, the VHS, the reading program, everything. And the toy line that nearly replaced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in stores? Street Sharks, who dominated shelves in 1994. Well, there you have it. 10 plus 1 forgotten Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle facts only Gen X remembers. From censored weapons to mutant knockoffs to turtle concerts and bad cereal, these dudes defined a generation. So what did you remember? What totally radical Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle moment did we miss? Drop it in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe for more retro truth bombs, and as always, cowabunga, dudes.